All right, everybody, a very good morning to all of you. It is Monday. Currently, it is 9 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time. So, as usual, let's quickly go through where we are from a sentiment point of view. Starting with the Monday, it is a very quiet day as the major central banks are away from their desks. Starting with the yen, they were out of their desk because of uh, because of observance of health sports day. That's the young thing, and we do know that Canadian and US banks are on holiday because of the Thanksgiving Day in Canada and and Columbus Day in US. So anyway, starting with the FX section, it is pretty much consolidating, with the dollar being the strongest and Aussie and New Zealand being the weakest, followed by the Swiss franc. Yen is just sitting around there, negative 0.2%, nothing major there. Moving to the equity section, China A50 is currently up by 0.5%, uh, and the Hang Seng,
And one for the Brazilian rail watchers as well as the energy watchers.
because of
According to
the
sources cited by Reuters,
yen market
PBR
being
Petrobras
closed,
set to
it
reduce
is down
investments
by
which have been
negative
planned for 2025.
1.32%, but I'm
This is
not
despite requests by the government
looking
for the
forward
state-run
at the
firm to
equity, as
increase
it is
capex.
not giving us clearly
That's according
any
to three
bias right
sources
now.
cited by Reuters.
Looking at the commodities section, and all of the commodity participants are down, sitting underneath 0%. As you can see, the oil is down by 2%, and the gold is still consolidating, just down by negative 2%, but nothing much there. But we do have seen some buying in yield at the start of the session, however, currently down and trading at a 10-year plus 0.3%, and 5-year down a negative 0.5%. Now let's move to the calendar. We can see that we don't have much. We do expect some comments from Fed Kashkari and Waller, and again Kashkari today, but uh, there isn't. I don't think so. Kashkari can create any sort of volatility. If I bring out his last comments here, uh, let me just give me a second, guys.
And a very good morning to the traders joining us stateside. A very good afternoon to those who have been with us throughout the European morning. We have just gone through 1 p.m. here in London. So getting on with our usual macro rundown.
I
European
think we
bourses
haven't had
mixed.
any
US
comments from
futures incrementally
Kashkari, and
firmer.
also we
In
haven't.
terms of
Oh, we
sectors,
do
European
have.
sectors are mixed.
So
Travel and
last
leisure
time the comments
underperforming amid
was
news
pretty
that the
much
UK is considering a tax raid on gambling
balanced,
firms.
as
Consumer products
he
being
said
weighed
that the
on by
balance
luxury
of risk
names
has
after
shifted
China
away
reported
from
weak
higher
inflation
inflation
metrics.
towards maybe higher
Stateside futures have been contained for
unemployment,
the
not
most
at the
part,
US
but they are
economy,
picking up a
they
touch in the
moved
last hour or
around.
so, led
So with the
by
current
the
scenario
Nasdaq,
where
with a few
inflation is no longer a
equity-specific
problem,
updates
so Fed is shifting
assisting the
focus
mega
to where
cap
the
names.
market is
In
good.
FX,
So
dollar is
these were
flat,
some sort of
antipodes
comments he made,
underperforming
as the
after poor
comments are pretty
Chinese
much
data
neutral.
and a lack of
If you
stimulus
look at
details from the
the
MOF. Euro
pounds and
unreactive to the
dollars
Fitch
based, Kashkari
outlook
stays in a
downgrade on
neutral.
France
However,
on
he's not
Friday.
he
Sterling,
is not
meanwhile,
overbought
awaits
for
the week's
24,
data
25.
deluge. Nothing particularly surprising
But
from the
anyway,
investment
any
summit which is
comments
occurring this
from
morning
him
so far.
giving us any
Yen,
clue
meanwhile, has
about
been largely contained, but modest
what
pressure has been coming through as sentiment
sort
veers
of
higher and treasuries decline.
monetary policy
Crypto seeing
decision
gains
in upcoming
attributed
meetings
by
they
some to
can
the
create
reports
some
over the weekend
volatility
that
across
Trump
major
is
asset
tightening the
classes.
gap to
So with
Harris
that being
in new
said,
nationwide polls. In fixed income, bunds firmer, but specifics are light. Treasuries, cash trades
we have
closed
pretty
on
much
account of
mixed
Columbus
bag
Day.
across the board.
Overall, action for the
We
space
are
has
not
been
getting
limited.
any clear
In terms
bias.
of the Bund
So
spread,
mixed bag,
not reacting
and
too much to that Fitch cutting the outlook on
it is
France, but
holiday
maintaining
here
the
in
rating
Canada,
as the
US.
spread was already at levels
So
consistent with the downgrade,
I think
analysts said. Crude
observe
is in the red near
less
session lows.
volatility,
Gold incrementally
and
firmer, while
I
base
think
metals are hampered post
as
that Chinese
usual
data.
Monday
There's not
we
really much
see
reaction seen to the OPEC's
not
latest
some sort
monthly oil
of big
market report.
moves coming out from these
Geopolitics remain in
markets. So
focus. Reports
staying
that
patient is
Iran
the key
recently sent a
today.
message to the
So
US administration through a third
if you have any
party
questions,
that if
don't
Israel's
hesitate to
response to
let
the
me know.
missile attack is limited